y'all, Tracy here with Keeper of the Home at 4D Farms. Y'all, tonight's meal is going to be simple, and I'm just going to walk you through a bunch of it and tell you what I'm going to be doing. And as I get them prepared, I'll show them to you. I'll show you the cooking process and then the finished product. So let's get started. Hey y'all, Tracy here with Keeper of the Home at 4D Farms. Y'all, tonight's meal is so simple. I pulled some chicken legs out of the freezer, a package of chicken legs that we put up. I took a jar, I'm going to take a jar of my home canned, dry packed little potatoes. We're going to turn them into smashed potatoes. Pioneer woman, y'all, simple. I'm going to take a jar of my home canned pork and beans, turn those into baked beans, okay? And I'm going to put a little bit of onion and a little bit of bacon in my baked beans. It's pork and beans. I canned them, and then I'm just gonna add the barbecue sauce, a little bit of brown sugar, bacon, onions, put it in a casserole dish, and turn them into baked beans just like that, okay? The chicken I'm gonna make barbecue chicken with, okay? And if I get around to it, I might squeeze in a dessert in this video. And I might just get little clips of it. I'm going to be making a pineapple upside down cake. And look what I found for dear hubby. He's going to love it. I'm going to be using a jar. Home canned pineapple, y'all. It doesn't have that very sugary syrup in it like that's in the cans at the store. So this is going to be better for him because when I canned these, all I did was add water. I didn't add any syrup. I didn't add any extra sugar because pineapple's already a little sweet on its own. So I'm going to be turning this and this, the pineapple and the cake, into pineapple upside down cake. So I may not get to do a lot of talking. Grandkids are running in and out, sun shining a little bit. So they're just running in and out, playing on the swing and stuff. Gbo, come look at this. Watch me hang upside down by my feet. Okay, so I may be in and out, but what I can do is tell you what I'm doing, let you see a little bit of the process, and as I get it prepped, show you how I've got everything prepped. Maybe just take some snapshots, throw them in there, and then show you the finished product, okay? The purpose of this video is to show you. I've had a lot of people ask me, okay, you can all this stuff, you process all this stuff, but how do you actually turn around and use it? That's the reason for a lot of my cooking at home videos, y'all, is showing you, hey, I'm not going to bust my tail out there in my garden putting up all this stuff and then not ever use it, or leave y'all hanging and be like, okay, now I got it all canned, now what do I do with it? That's the reason for these videos, y'all. I'm showing you how I'm using my home canned things to cook with and make meals with and meal plan with, y'all. See? I got you covered. All right. So, what I'm going to do is, hubby wanted me to try the smashed potatoes a little bit different this time. Just flip the process, and I'll show you as I get them prepared, and I'll talk you through it. And then, if I don't get to do talking as I'm videoing, when I go back through, if I'm just recording, it's probably because people are running in and out and I can't talk. I'll do a voiceover, and I'll explain everything. I'll explain it, okay, like Lucille Ball, okay? So, let's start preparing some of these things, and I'll just show you as I go. On my chicken, y'all, what I'm going to do is, I like a little crunchy little skin. Gotta close that. I like a little crispiness to my skin before I put the barbecue sauce and stuff on my chicken. So what I'm going to do is, since I've already got to do smashed potatoes, I'm just going to head and going to do both of these in the oven. However, I wanted to show y'all that you can also do this in your air fryer, and I'll show you my home air fryer. This is my home air fryer. Y'all excuse me. I did chicken nuggets in here last night for the granddaughters, and I haven't cleaned it up yet. But this is my home one, and I have the wire racks in here, okay? You can also use this just like your oven, y'all. And then I don't have it plugged in, y'all, because I'm not going to use it. Let me plug it in right quick, and I'll show you how it works. Pardon me just a second. Okay. So, you set your time, you set your temperature. I've got chicken, I've got fries, I've got other meats, shrimp. There's the rotisserie setting. Y'all, I haven't even looked at my directions on this, but it looks like you can make a cake in here, y'all. Vegetables, you know, different things. You set your time, you set your temperature, you turn it on, and it's just like a mini oven, but it's an air fryer. I didn't mean to turn that on. Let's cut that off. It's just like an air fryer. It just has the 3-wire racks in it. That's all. Now, I have learned how to use this because I don't like a big mess on my wire racks. And I know it's easy cleanup. I just don't like all the mess. So sometimes, like if I was going to do my chicken in the air fryer, I would line my little wire racks with not parchment paper, but aluminum foil. And I know the purpose of an air fryer is to circulate the air in the, circulate the air in an air fryer. But a way around that, if you line your little shelves or your basket with something, you're going to have to make sure you flip your, whatever you're baking or cooking over, so you can get both sides done. So just know that if you're going to do something in an air fryer, like this one, I'm going just to save me on mess cleanup, and I don't want all that stuff stuck to my wire racks and make it harder to clean my air fryer, I will put a little piece of aluminum foil down, okay? But halfway through the cooking process, I will flip them over. Whatever I'm cooking, I will flip it over. Also, if I'm doing 3 things or 2 things at one time, and I've got to use more than one tray, not only do I flip what's on the trays halfway through, but if you're using that kind of air fryer, you need to rotate the racks. Like what's on the top is right up close to that burner. Of course, it's going to be the first thing done. So halfway through the cooking, not only do you need to flip, but you need to take that one down, move it down, and rotate your trays as you're cooking. That's a trick that I've learned in cooking in that one that has the wire shelves. So there's a tip if you're using this one. My home air fryer is different than the one I use for traveling, okay? So you've seen in some videos, if I'm using the one that I'm traveling with, and I use like that little round liner, okay, the silicone little liners, I'll need to flip whatever I'm cooking over so it can get done on the other side too, okay? Just remember, the purpose of an air fryer is to circulate to get the top and the bottom of the food, okay? But people started using liners and such in the air fryers, so you're going to have to compensate for that if you do that. So, flip your food halfway through cooking, and then if you're using the wire trays, rotate your trays. Okay? Because what's on top's going to get done quicker than the ones on the bottom. Okay? So just remember that if you've got that kind of air fryer. Because I had a lady, you know, I know what she was saying because she has one of these, Miss Pamela, I think. Okay, I got you. So I was explaining a lot. I'm like, you know what? I had to figure that out too. So let me try to explain that in one of these videos. Okay, but I'm not going to be using my air fryer tonight. But you can. If you want to put it on your wire trays, put your chicken on there, get you that little crispiness on there, then baste it, put it back in there. Just flip and rotate, y'all, okay? If you use aluminum foil, make sure you flip it. And if you've got more than one tray, rotate them. But I'm going to be putting my chicken in here, and then I'm going to get a little crispiness going. Then I'm going to baste it with my barbecue sauce and some seasonings. That's it, okay? I'm going to tell you ahead of time what I'm doing in case I don't get to talk the clips and if I have to go back and do a voiceover, okay? So, just in case, but I'll let you see the process. All I'm going to do is open up my jar of pork and beans, home-canned pork and beans, and mix in brown sugar, barbecue sauce, some seasonings, and then chop up an onion and some bacon, and voila, we're going to throw it in the oven. Okay? My smashed taters. Dear hubby, I usually just take the potato and smash it down on the baking sheet and then put the cheese and the bacon bits on top and then with some salt. But he's like, try something different this time. He said, put your bacon bits down, then put a little scoop of cheese, then cut the potato in half, smash it, and then put some salt on top and get that top side, which is really going to be the bottom side of the potato, get that crispiness on there. So he kind of gave me that idea, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing. And then I'll get this pineapple upside down cake going, okay? So y'all just give me a few minutes and I'll show you after I get these prepped, okay? All right, y'all, now I'm going to walk y'all through the process of seasoning everything. All right here, I've got my chicken. Y'all excuse the light. The sun is coming in the window. I'm going to season my chicken, okay? And I think that was granulated garlic. Y'all, this is Cajun two-step seasoning. If that's granulated garlic, I put on there first. Sorry, I didn't show that. Now I'm going to be using granulated onion. That two-step Cajun seasoning, y'all, if y'all don't know who that is, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to try to get Old Bay seasoning. I'm going to get his YouTube channel information. He has a YouTube channel and he puts his own seasonings out, y'all. Cajun two-step seasonings. And I will try to get his information, y'all, and put it in the description box below. Now let's get to putting together these baked beans, y'all. Y'all, he is a Louisiana born and bred cooking Cajun, y'all. You will get a hoot out of his channel. I'll try to put his information in the description box below, and y'all can check his channel out. All right, now I'm just going to dump out my pork and beans into a greased, sprayed casserole dish. I'm adding my chopped up onion, getting that in there. Now I'm going to be adding my bacon pieces that I just chopped up, y'all. I'm going to dump them in there. And then brown sugar to give it some flavor. I'm going to use the same seasonings that I used on the chicken pieces, y'all. On the chicken pieces, I seasoned one side, then I flipped them over and I did the other side, okay? Seasoned them, okay? I'm going to use the same seasonings in my baked beans that I used to season my chicken. So that's granulated garlic, granulated onion, two-step Cajun seasoning, and Old Bay seasoning. Okay, y'all, I'm just eyeballing everything. I do not have measurements. Y'all know me. I season it till it feels right in my soul. Okay, now, y'all, we love this stuff. Sugar-free barbecue sauce, y'all, for dear hubby. I just had a little bit left over in the refrigerator. I'm going to finish using it up, okay? I'm just trying to get the things cleaned out of the refrigerator, okay? But we do normally use that, y'all, the sugar-free, when we can find it in the grocery store, y'all, okay? And then, let's see, this next step is optional, y'all. You can either do a splash of Worcestershire sauce, however y'all want to pronounce it, that stuff, or liquid smoke, okay? Normally, I do liquid smoke. I ran out. I didn't have any, so you can use a splash of Worcestershire sauce, okay? Y'all, I don't know. Nobody knows how to pronounce that word correctly. Okay, so we are going to get all this mixed together, incorporated. In the meantime, y'all, I got my oven preheated. You'll hear it ding in a minute if it hadn't done it already. I'm just going to mix all this stuff up. I'm walking you through getting all these dishes prepped, because all of these are going to go in the oven at the same time. I do not remember what I set my oven temperature on, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't remember. So, we got all that mixed together. Now, let's get to these smashed potatoes. I'm using my home canned smashed potatoes, y'all. And I want you to see, if they're big potatoes, y'all, cut them in half. Y'all see how squishy those are because they're home canned? They've already been cooked. If they're small potatoes, y'all, you don't have to cut these in half, okay? You don't want a big glob. Now, I'm going to try, I told you I was going to try these 2 different ways to see which way we like the best. So this is the first way. When I opened up that jar of potatoes, y'all, there wasn't hardly any liquid in them because I dry canned them, and there wasn't any starch that leaked out in the bottom because the peelings were still on. So I didn't have to do any rinsing, y'all. I just opened up the jar, drained them, and bam. Now, this is the first way we're gonna try them. Hubby wanted to try them this way because I'll show you why in a minute. I put the bacon pieces down first. Spray your aluminum foil. Spray your baking sheet. I put the bacon pieces down first. Now I'm taking our shredded cheese, spreading that on top. Now I'm taking the potato. Y'all see how easy that was to smash that? I just did that with my hands, y'all. But I'm going to show y'all 2 more ways in just a minute that you can smash these that's easy. And it's easier to smash them, y'all, if they're whole instead of when they're cut in half, okay? And you'll see it kind of going in my hand there in just a minute, all right? So we're going to take these and we're going to smash them and put them on top of the bacon bits and the cheese in a little mound, in a little pile, okay? And those were so simple, I just did those with my hands. Now, we're going to take these and we're going to do them another way that you can smash them by using a potato masher. Okay, see how simple that is? Potato masher. Okay, now be careful. If you go too far down in them, you will get some of the potato that's going to stick to the potato masher. Okay, that's another way you can do these, y'all. Now, this way right here, I'm trying them the way that I've been doing them before, is putting the potato down first and smashing it. We're trying to experiment with something, and I'll explain it in a minute and show you the reason why we're doing this 2 different ways. Okay? So I'm just taking all these. Y'all, these are so simple to just smash with a potato masher. Put your potatoes on there. I'm using the cheese, y'all, that we have in the freezer. We buy blocks of cheese when it goes on sale, bring it home, shred it all up, and put it into 1 cup portions and throw it in the freezer. I let it thaw out. Here's the next way, y'all. You can use a fork and smash them, okay? So you can use your hand, you can use a fork, or you can use a masher. Easy peasy, okay? I'm just going to test some this way, okay? Now, you're going to put your potatoes down first, then put your cheese on top of that. Y'all, we love buying the cheese when it goes on sale and bringing it home and shredding it all, portioning it out, freezing it. Bam, I got cheese on hand up for recipes, and it don't last long in our house, y'all. All right, now you're going to mound this on top. But you see what's happening? It's falling off. This is why we wanted to test this 2 different ways. So when you're putting, if you're going to do it this way with the potatoes on the bottom, just make sure everything kind of stays on top and it don't fall off a lot. But you see the other ones, y'all, where everything is perfectly round and it's not scattered out everywhere, okay? So we're testing it this way, and we're just going to see which way we like the best. Now, put your bacon pieces on top. Okay, do each one. Y'all see how it's falling off? This is the reason why hubby wanted to flip it and put the bacon pieces and the cheese first, so it all kind of goes on there. Also, dear hubby wanted to try with the potatoes on top, so the skins on the bottom would get good and crispy. Okay, now we're going to test and see which one's going to be easier to scoop off the tray. okay, after they're baked. And I think it's going to be the first ones that I did, y'all. So now we're just going to take some more and we're going to finish doing these on the tray. And I think I'm going to go back to doing it the way that hubby wants it done. Because, y'all, I kind of like that better, okay? So, we're going to go back to doing it the first way. And like I said, you can use your hand. You can use the potato masher. You can do whatever. I was about to forget to put my stuff on there, y'all. Okay? I was about to forget my cheese. Okay? So, now we're gonna do this like hubby did it. And I think the second way is going to be easier, y'all, to get it off of the aluminum foil better. And it all stays in a little pile. Okay? So I'm just going to go through the rest of this jar and I am going to finish the pan and get everything all on the pan. I'm just going to finish doing the jar, y'all, okay? Okay, y'all. While I was preparing the baked beans and the smashed potatoes, I had the chicken in here, getting that little crispiness, kind of like what I wanted, and getting it going a little bit dry first. I don't want all that wetness, you know, with your barbecue chicken, like if you were going to do it on the grill or something. You don't want all that wetness and okay. So I wanted it kind of like that dry seared kind of effect or the baked effect before I put the barbecue sauce on it. So, and y'all saw with them smashed potatoes, y'all, we're going to see which way turns out the best. Because as I showed you and I told you, it's hard if you do them cheese side up to get the cheese and the bacon bits to really just kind of stay on top of the tater, okay? So we're going to try both ways to see which way kind of turns out the best and which one we like the best. Y'all, that's what I'm telling you. Try things, see which way you like to do things the best, and go from there and tweak or do it that way, whatever. So, I'm fixing to get the chicken out, and I'm going to be putting my barbecue sauce on it, and then I'm going to put these in the oven, and then we'll try to start getting to work on this pineapple upside down cake, okay? If I don't get it in tonight's meal, I will do it in the morning, and we'll have it with these leftovers for tomorrow night, and I'll still show you how I do it, okay? So y'all just hold on. All right, y'all, now I've got the chicken out of the oven, and then I have opened up another bottle of barbecue sauce, and I am just going to liberally baste the barbecue sauce on the top of the chicken, okay? And then I am going to take the chicken and I am going to flip it over and I'm going to baste the other side of the chicken. And this is going to go back in the oven to just kind of like crisp up that barbecue sauce and just finish cooking the chicken. All right, y'all. In the oven, they all went, and I'll let you see. And I actually have another pan in my oven. I'm doing some more duck poppers that I had left over from a previous meal that I made and video. But I ran out of bacon, so I had to put what I had left in the refrigerator and thaw out some more bacon, and I just did it with tonight's meal, okay? So we got duck poppers, smashed potatoes, baked beans, and barbecue chicken, okay? Look at this. Y'all excuse the dribble on my my oven because I've got to clean my oven out. So yeah, here we go. Okay, now let's get started on this pineapple upside down cake because I will bake it when all of that gets out of there. And we can be eating supper while this bakes, okay? So let me get all my stuff gathered up and I'll come back and we'll get this ready to go in there. All right, y'all, I got this going in my bundt pan. Y'all, my youngest granddaughter, she doesn't understand bunt and putting the emphasis on the N in there. So she calls this a butt pan. Okay, so in my butt pan, okay, I have got 2 tablespoons of melted butter drizzled in the bottom. Okay, and then it calls for, y'all, I honestly don't know where I got the recipe from. I think it was my mama's recipe. I'm not sure, y'all, where I got it from, okay, but I'm going to talk you through it, okay. 1/4 cup packed brown sugar, okay, and you just sprinkle that in the bottom. I'll show you. Sprinkle that on top of your butter. Now, I am going to show you how instead of the pineapple slices that you put in, that you line the bottom, I'm using my home canned pineapple chunks. So this is what I'm going to do. You do have to reserve a cup of the pineapple juice because that's going to go in your batter, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and reserve a cup of the juice. And I think it's going to be perfect, y'all. Y'all, I couldn't get a more perfect measurement than that, okay? Now, I'm probably not going to use all this pineapple in here, y'all. So the granddaughters will love that because they love eating just me opening up a jar of my home canned pineapple and eating it, okay? So now we're going to take, my hands are clean, y'all, but this is just for us anyway. I'm going to take my pineapple chunks and just start lining the bottom, okay? You can use the chunks, you can use the slices, you can use the tidbits, whatever you want to use. Y'all, they don't have to be the rings, okay? And I know y'all are thinking, okay, well, this is supposed to be sugar-free for your husband, but look at the brown sugar in there. Y'all, if you've learned anything from my videos of how my husband, he can eat brown sugar and it doesn't spike his sugar. It's a learning process. Everybody has certain things that spikes them and certain things that don't. Our youngest son, he can eat rice and it not bother him, but my husband can eat white rice and whoo, yeah. So see, everybody's different, okay? Just because they're diabetic, doesn't mean everybody's going to be the same. But he can do brown sugar and it doesn't bother him. So I've got my, let me wipe my hands, y'all, and then I'll show you this. That's all I did. You can line the rings in the bottom or whatever you want, okay? Just spread them out just like that. Now I'm going to get the batter going. And I'll follow the recipe that's on there. Normally, I use my mixer for stuff like this, y'all. It's easy to just dump and let it do its job. But the youngest granddaughter wanted to make her Poppy a little treat yesterday morning. And it was one that his mama always made for him. And he can eat it. And y'all... it's gone, okay? They were little pecan pie muffins. And they were so simple to make. Y'all, my granddaughter did those all by herself. All I did was cut the mixer on and off. She's 5. She's been in the kitchen with me since the day she was born. She's 5, and she wanted to make her Poppy a treat, and I let her, and my mixing bowl is down here in the dishwasher. So I'm going to have to whip this up by hand, okay? I'm going to follow the directions on the thing, and I'll talk you through that. All right, y'all. In your bowl, you're going to add 1 box of yellow cake mix, your choice, whatever. Don't follow the directions on the box. Listen to the recipe. Box of yellow cake mix. 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, 1 cup of your reserved juice. Y'all, if you're using the canned pineapple from the grocery store, reserve your juice from the can and just make sure it's 1 cup, okay? And then 3 eggs. I had that one cracked and I'm like, wait, I gotta turn the camera on. Okay, 3 eggs. Now, you're gonna beat this until it becomes smooth, y'all, okay? And then all we're going to do is pour this over there into our bundt pan. And y'all, we're going to bake this for, let me look at the recipe right quick. We're going to bake this on 350 for 40 to 45 minutes or until the cake is golden brown, okay? And it springs back. Then you're going to let it cool in the bundt pan for 10 to 15 minutes, okay? Then you're going to place it on a plate and then flip it over and let it come out. Do not try to take this cake out when it's still hot. Don't try to put it on a plate and flip it when it's still hot, okay? That's the kind of sometimes the problem with bundt pans or bundt cakes. People want to take it out of the oven immediately and then go ahead and try to start flipping it. Let your cake cool first. So we're going to mix all this together until it's smooth. We're going to pour it over in here. Then we're going to, when all this gets done in the oven, because I don't have room for it right now, while we're eating, I will put this in there. 40 to 45 minutes till golden brown starts springing back, okay? You can mash on the top of it, okay? Then we're going to let it cool for its 15 to 20 minutes. Then I'm going to put it on a plate, y'all, flip it over, and then let you see what it looks like, okay? So let's just get to beating this till it gets smooth. That wasn't so bad, y'all. That wasn't so hard. Okay, let me finish doing this and then get my spatula that I can make sure I get all that ooey gooey stuff out. All right, y'all, I've got it done. Now we're gonna pour it over in here. And just go around your middle there. You don't wanna get that in the middle. Just kind of do it evenly all the way around. Okay, see how I did that? Without dropping it. Now I'm going to use my spatula and I'm going to get the rest of this ooey goodness out of here. And I almost got it down the hole in the middle. You don't want to do that or you'll have a mess everywhere. So let's scrape all this goodness out. And if my granddaughters were here, y'all, they'd be fighting over who is going to lick the spoons and the bowls and the beater and the whatever else. But guess what? I get to do that. Y'all, I baked with my grandmother a lot, and I have pictures of me, y'all. She took, when I was little, just every time we baked something, y'all, licking the spoon, licking the beater, doing all that. She let me have that. All right, now I'm just going to make sure this is even, y'all, all the way around. And I'm going to be licking on these and then wait for those to come out. And then we'll pop these in here. And y'all, I've already been sitting here and eating some of this pineapple. My granddaughters, we love, and it tastes just like the pineapple that day when we cut it up and canned it, y'all. If you want to see how y'all, I think it was my granddaughter helping me, the one that's with the butt pan, okay? It's the youngest one. She helped me, canned this pineapple that day. So if you want to see how we did that, we canned the pineapple. We made some simple syrup. And then I showed you what to do with the scraps. And we drawed all the rest of that juice out and the nutrients out. And I canned it up just in little jars to where I can have like some pineapple juice to just flavor my tea with, y'all. Anything. Or to use and to season things. Marinades. Salad dressings. Y'all, I gave you, I think in that video, 3 to 4 uses to do with a pineapple. Including the scraps. Including the stem. Y'all go watch that video, okay? So, we're going to let these finish baking. Get them out. I'm going to plate them up. We're going to pop this in there. Let it bake. Come out. Y'all, I will show y'all what everything looks like as we go. I'll include some pictures and all that good stuff. Y'all just hold tight, okay? All right, y'all. Everything's out of the oven. Y'all see that barbecue chicken? Y'all see those baked beans? Don't they look scrumptious? Now there is the smashed potatoes, all crispy and done. Duck poppers, all crispy and done. We are fixing to get this plated up. Y'all get a gander of that cake in the oven. That's going to be baking while we sit down and we enjoy our meal, y'all. Look how all that turned out. Scrumptious. That's just mouth-watering, y'all. Okay? Now, we've got this cake out, y'all. It's golden brown. I'm going to let this cool off, and then I'm going to put this on a plate. Y'all look at that. It came out perfect. We flipped it. Came out perfect. Y'all look at that fluffiness. Y'all look at that golden deliciousness. Y'all enjoy the picture slideshow at the end, and we hope you try this meal, and we'll see you in the next video.